We'll start with the prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaya Kadamahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Namao Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Itti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashatadesha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Govindaya Namaha Sri Krishna Haribo Gopala Haribo Radharamana Govinda Haribo Sri Krishna Hari Bol Gopala Hari Bol Radharamana Govinda Hari Bol Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radha Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. So welcome you all to the Bhakti Shastri class. We'll start with chapter 6, How to Discharge Devotional Service. Hare Krishna. Yes. Who is going to start first?
I can read Majati.
Yes, Manjula Mataji can start.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. How to discharge devotional service. Srila Rupa Goswami states that his elder brother Sanatana Goswami has compiled Hari Bhakti Vilasa for the guidance of the Vaishnavas, and therein has mentioned many rules and regulations to be followed by the Vaishnavas. Some of them are very important and prominent, and Srila Rupa Goswami will now mention these very important items for our benefit. The purport of this statement is that Srila Rupa Goswami proposes to mention only basic principles, not details. For example, a basic principle is that one has to accept a spiritual master. Exactly how one follows the instructions of a spiritual master is considered a detail. For example, if one is following the instruction of a spiritual master and that instruction is different from the instructions of another spiritual master, this is called detailed information. But the basic principle of acceptance of a spiritual master is good everywhere. Although the details may be different, Srila Rupa Goswami does not wish to enter into details here, but wants to place before us only the principles. You want me to continue, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
He mentions the basic principles as follows. Number one, accepting the shelter of the lotus feet of a bona fide spiritual master. Number 2, becoming initiated by the spiritual master and learning how to discharge devotional service from him. Number 3, obeying the orders of the spiritual master with faith and devotion. Number 4, following in the footsteps of great acharyas, teachers, under the direction of the spiritual master. Number 5, inquiring from the spiritual master how to advance in Krishna consciousness. Number 6, being prepared to give up anything material for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. This means that when we are engaged in the devotional service of Krishna, we must be prepared to give up something that we may not like to give up. And also we have to accept something that we may not like to accept. Number 7, residing in a sacred place of pilgrimage like Dwaraka or Vrindavana. Number 8, accepting only what is necessary or dealing with the material world only as far as necessary. Number 9, observing the fasting day on Ekadashi. And number 10, worshipping sacred trees like the banyan tree.
Hare Krishna. These are the basic principles. First, start with the shelter of bona fide spiritual master, getting initiated, and obeying the orders of the master with the faith and devotion, following the footsteps of the great acharyas under the direction of spiritual master, then again inquiring from spiritual master how to advance in this Krishna consciousness thing, and try to be prepared to give up on the material thing for the satisfaction of Supreme God. Then residing in a sacred pilgrimage like Dwarka or Vrindavana, accepting only what is necessary, or dealing with the material will only as far as necessary, and observing the fasting on the days of Ekadashi and worshipping the sacred trees. Hare Krishna. So these 10 items are necessary for beginning of the discharge of the devotion service in regulative principles. Okay. So in the very beginning, if the devotee observe these things, surely he will quickly make a good advancement in the Krishna consciousness. Yes, I wanted another devotee to read this, the next set of instructions.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Prabhu, you're not audible.
Now, Mataji, now I'm audible.
Little bit.
1 second. Now, Mataji.
Yeah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The next set of instruction is listed as follows. 1. One should rigidly give up the company of non-devotees. Second, one should not instruct a person who is not desirous of accepting devotional service. Third, one should not be very enthusiastic about constructing costly temples or monasteries. 4. One should not try to read too many books, nor should one develop the idea of earning his livelihood by lecturing on a professionally reciting Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. 5th, one should not be neglectful in ordinary dealings. 6th, one should not be under the spell of lamentation in loss or jubilation in gain. 7. One should not disrespect the demigods. 8. One should not give unnecessary trouble to any living entity. 9. One should carefully avoid the various offenses in chanting the holy name of the Lord or in worshipping the deity in the temple. 10. One should be very intolerant toward the blasphemy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, or his devotees.
So these are the don'ts, isn't it?
Yes.
So one should not be in the company of a non-devotees. That means restrict your activity. If it is a compulsion for some reasons, yes, you can. But purposefully, you should not be in the company of a non-devotees because it affects our consciousness. One should not instruct a person who is not desirous of accepting a devotion service. So that's a simply waste of time. Okay. And yeah, should not look for constructing costly temples or monasteries, and not try to read too many books, nor try to earn livelihood by lecturing on the scriptures. Should not be neglectful in ordinary dealings. One should not be under the spell of lamentation or in loss or in jubilation, or that means he must be in a very balanced state. Should not respect the demigods, should not give unnecessary trouble to any living entities, because Krishna will not spare anybody. If an ant is also been troubled, he will give the equal punishment. Okay, one should be very careful, avoiding the various offenses in chanting the holy name of the Lord or worshipping the deity in the temple. Okay. And one should be very intolerant toward the blasphemy of Supreme Personality of the Godhead or his devotee. So, without following the above 10 principles, one cannot properly elevate himself to the platform of a sadhana bhakti. The first ones are the mandate things, second ones are those are the filters. If you do that, then automatically all the impurities will go away and help you to progress further in the bhakti. Although the Rupa Goswami mentions 20 items, all of them are very important. Of these 20, the first three, namely accepting the shelter of bona fide spiritual master, taking initiation from him, and serving him with a great respect and reverence. These are the most important things of all. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, you can start. Next important items are as follows.
Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. The next important item are follows. One should decorate the body with tilaka, which is sign of the Vaishnava. The idea is that as soon as a person sees these marks on the body of the Vaishnava, he will immediately remember Krishna. Lord Chaitanya said that a Vaishnava is he who, when sees, reminds one of Krishna. Therefore, it is essential that a Vaishnava mark his body with tilaka to remind others of Krishna too. In marking such tilaka, sometime one may write Hare Krishna on the body. Wow. One should accept for flower and garland that have been offered to the deity and the spiritual master and put them on one's body. One should learn to dance before the deity. One should learn to how down immediately upon seeing the deity of the spiritual master. 6. As soon as one visit a temple of the Lord Krishna, one must stand up. 7. When the deity is being born for a stroll in the street, a devotee should immediately follow the procession. In this connection, it may be noticed that in India, especially in Vishnu temple, the system is that part of from the big deity apart from the big deity who is permanently situated in the main area of the temple, there is a set of smaller deities that are taken in procession in the evening. అంటే యాత్ర అన్నమాట ఇది అదే ఊరేగింపు. In some temple, it is the custom to hold a big procession in the evening with a band playing and a nice big umbrella over the deities who sit on the decorated throne on the cart or palgam, palanquin, which is carried by devotees. The deities come out onto the street and travel in the neighborhood, while people of the neighborhood, while the people of the neighborhood come out the offer prasada. The residents of the neighborhood neighborhood all follow the procession. It is a very nice scene when the deities is coming out the servitor in the temple put toward the daily account before them. So much was the collection. So much was the expenditure. The whole idea is that the deity is considered to be a proprietor of the whole establishment. and all the priests and other people taking care of the temple are considered to be the servant of the deity. In this system is very old and still followed. So therefore it is mentioned here, that when the deity is on stroll, the people should follow behind it. A devotee must visit a Vishnu temple at least once a twice every day, morning and evening. In Vrindavana, this system is followed very strictly. Mm, all the devotees in town go very morning and evening to visit different temple. Therefore, during these times, there are considerable crowds all over the city. There are about 5,000 temple in uh, Vrindavana city. Of course, it is not possible to visit all the temple, but there are at least one dozen very big and important temple, which were started stated by the Goswamis and started by Goswamis and which should be visited.
Visited. Hare Krishna. So, next important things is Tilaka Dharana. Okay. So, very interesting thing is sometimes one may write Hare Krishna also on the body. That's very nice. And whenever we are going to temple, we have to accept the flower and garland which have been offered to the Lord and the spiritual master. One should learn to dance in front of the Lord. Okay. And one should bow down immediately upon seeing the deity or the spiritual master. Okay. And as soon as one visit a temple of Krishna, one must stand up. And whenever there is a procession of deity in the street, taking either through the chariot or through the palanquin. Okay. One should accompany that, try to participate, try to be a part of it, and if possible, you can offer the prasad and distribute. So, likewise, it is one of the good service one can do when the Lord is on the street. Okay. Next is a devotee must visit a temple, a Vishnu temple, at least once or twice every day, morning and evening. Okay. In Vrindavana, the system is followed very, very strictly. Everybody go in the morning and visit in the temple, evening in the temple, to different temples. So in Vrindavan itself, there are nearly about 5,000 temples which are there. May not be possible to visit all of them, but at least you can visit as per your requirement. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Next.
One must circumambulate the temple building at least 3 times in every temple. There is a arrangement to go around the temple at least 3 times. Some devotee go around more than 3 times, then 10 times, 15 times, according to their vows. The Goswamis used the circumambulate Govardhana hill. One should also circumambulate the whole Vrindavana area. One must worship the deity in a temple according to the regulative principle. Offering arati and prasada, decorating the deity, etc. Then these things must be observed in regularly. 11. One must render personal service to the deity. 12. One must sing. One must perform Sankirtana. One must chant. One must offer prayers. 15. One must recite notable prayers. One must taste Maha Prasada, offer from the very plate offered before the deities, Mahaprasada. Okay. One must drink Charanamrita, water from the bathing of the deities, which offered to guests. One must smell the uh, incense, incense and flowers offered to the deity. One must touch the lotus feet of the deity. One must see the deity with great devotion. 22. One must offer arati, ar, ara, aratrika,
Aratrika.
aratrika at different times.
Times.
At different times. 23. One must hear about the Lord and his pastime from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, similar books. 24. One must pray to the deity for his mercy. One should remember the deity. 26. One should meditate upon the deity. 27. One should render some voluntary service. One should think of the Lord as one's friend. One should offer everything to the Lord. One should offer favorite article such as food or garment. The article होता okay. One
Food or garment.
yeah. One should take all kinds of risk and perform all endeavor for Krishna's benefit. 32. In every condition, one should be a surrendered soul. One should pour water on the Tulsi tree. One should regularly hear Srimad Bhagavatam and similar literature. One should live in a sacred place like Mathura, Vrindavana, or Dwaraka. One should offer service to Vaishnava devotee. 37. One should arrange one's devotional service according to one's means. In the month of Kartika, October and
Number.
Govinda, one should make arrangement for special service during Janmashtami. At the time of Krishna's appearance in this world, one should observe a special service. 41 should whatever is done with great care and devotion for the deity. 41 one should relish the pleasure of Bhagavatam reading among devotee and not among outsider. One should associate with the devotee with no devotee who are considered more advanced. 43. One should chant the holy name uh, of the Lord. 44. One should live in the jurisdiction of Madhura. Okay.
Hare Krishna. So many, I think these are the regular things what every devotee follows, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah, singing, dancing, chanting, offering prayers, reciting notable prayers, eating the Mahaprasada, giving Charanamrita to all the devotees, smelling the incense and flower which has been offered to the deity as well as the spiritual master, touching the lotus feet of the deity, and one must see the deity with great devotion, offering the Aratrika at different times, that is morning, two times, then afternoon, evening, and the Shayanarti, hearing the pastimes from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and other books. Must pray to the deity for his mercy, remembering and meditating upon the God, doing voluntary service, thinking one should think of the Lord as one's friend. Hare Krishna. Anybody have anything to say on this?
Lord always is a well-wisher, Bhaktavatsala. So when one think always remember Lord, he will overcome all bad qualities within and surrounders also. Also, he will also united with the Lord in the past time. So the devotee is always in the aesthetic mode, like we see in from the Bhagavatam. Many devotees are meditating on Lord. Even our acharyas, Goswamis, they also meditate most of the time in the pastimes of the Vraja. They later they wrote in this nectar of devotion, like nectar of instruction, many scriptures, Hari Bhakta Vilasa, many more they able to write because of the that meditation on the Lord. Yes, you can add Mataji.
I want you people to add.
మీరు చెప్పండి, మీరు యాడ్ చేయండి మాతాజీ.
One should think the Lord as one's friend, you know. So friend means
Friend
you will
means
share
we can
everything.
share everything.
Anything.
Yeah,
Everything.
anything. No curtains. No curtains.
Yeah. So
No
any personal
duality. No
experience,
duplicity.
any personal experience? Anybody?
I share with everything is Krishna without duplicity. How I am. I totally I share with Krishna and without any duplicity. Krishna take care. Krishna this, Krishna that, Krishna. That is my personal experience.
Yes. Anybody?
How I am.
Same
Any
thing,
other?
Mataji.
Huh?
Yeah, same thing with me as well. If I'm stuck or whatever it is every day to day, I will just share everything. If I'm stuck, I'll just remember things will get sorted out immediately. It will not take much time also.
Yes, Mataji. Yes. Yes. Actually, what I do is I write a letter to Krishna.
Uh, Good
Who is
Mataji,
the
right?
messenger, Mataji? Who is the messenger?
Huh?
Who
This
is the
letter,
messenger? Letter messenger who?
No, I'll just write a letter. That's it. Immediately it will be done, you know.
Oh, you
Because
write your letter, ah?
ah,
But who is the messenger?
who should be the messenger, Prabhu?
Ah,
Krishna will read whenever you're writing. Immediately he will read it.
direct no,
yeah.
Prabhuji. It's a direct message, right? No
Yeah, it is
messenger.
direct message. Just I am asking to Mataji. Yeah, it is direct message because Krishna is everywhere. He was Sarvata Paniva. Yeah, he has eyes, ears, and every part is transcendental. So even the Paramatma, directly hearing from the Paramatma, right? He was
Which
witnessing all this.
my
That's
way of being one should think of Lord as one's friend is that I write a letter to Lord Krishna. Whenever I feel, mostly when I'm stuck, I will write a letter. The more I'm stuck, I'll try to write him a letter. But when I'm okay, I will not write any letter.
then we should be very careful, Mataji, with you. Because you write in the physical form, it will kept in the I mean in the gross form. But we tell directly to Krishna. But you write letters
even
and you
even
send to Krishna, and it was in gross form. We talk with Krishna with subtle form. We should be very much careful.
But all those things are heard and immediately the results will come, you know. That is because you are at your highest point of expression. What I feel is at the point when you're writing a letter. So I thought that's my this thing. So I really one good activity which I love to do every day is writing letter to Krishna, but because of time constraints I don't write. But when I'm really stuck, when I feel yes there is I don't get relieved of whatever I'm thinking unless I write a letter to Krishna. Definitely 100%, 1000% he helps me out for that, I can say.
Hari bol.
even
Hare Krishna.
sometimes intelligence will work within Mataji. When we are stuck, intelligence things will get automatically sorted out. I've observed many times, many a times
Yes.
I've observed. So I was like, okay. But the same thing when we say to others, no, they'll say that I am not getting anything. I'll say, like, think something about Krishna and do something. They'll say, faith should be there. You should have a faith. First thing is faith, no, Mataji. It's
Yes,
just like,
Mataji. Yeah, I think, in our day-to-day practice, the sharing of our day-to-day issues or any things which we feel vulnerable to our colleagues or the immediate family members or friends and all, the respective souls should be so much energized to accept or understand whatever we are saying.
it.
So that causes the source of misery, I feel so. If we don't get the answer as per our, or if we are not soothed by any means what we are expecting out of that situation, it will not give you the good result. But if you are sharing with Krishna, immediately it has been taken care of. Many a times I felt like They say he is the seed-giving father. Yes, he's above all relationships, the way he take care of his devotee is immeasurable. I personally in my life, I have experienced it many times, that his personal presence in my day-to-day life activities, I just cannot measure it on any length, but he's always with his devotees, taking care of them.
Yeah, Mataji. Just to answer, because we'll be stuck in office with big leadership dealings and all. Sometimes they don't understand. They'll not agree with what we say. I will be like, Krishna, you are there in his soul, right? Please make him understand. This guy is not at all understanding. Immediately, the moment he complete his conversation, since my request is like pure, immediately he'll say, okay, fine, I agree to it. Fraction of seconds, it will be done. So
Yes,
I like many cases, Mataji.
yes, Mataji. Yes, because last time I think in the month of March when Namanishita's Prabhuji came, then also I was just telling Prabhu ki life has become very hectic. Sometimes I feel I'm cursed by a lot, but I'm not able to do the complete devotion service. Now I have a DTs at home and I'm doing that. But the entire day is busy doing the service to the people. So then Prabhu said ki you take one step towards the Lord. Automatically he will create the way. Then I have taken this is Bhakti Shastri classes and all, and really I'm telling you, I got the way out. Now I feel more relaxed actually than before. That is
No,
the service to.
one thing to say, Mataji, because sometimes due to work pressure, very at times, not every time, if I keep pending 16 rounds and start my work, no, that day I'll spend 14 hours to complete my task in office work. If I complete my 16 rounds first thing in the morning as a high priority, by the time I log in, half of my work will be done by my delegates, and
Mataji,
everything will be on
I
time.
I never compromise on my 16 rounds, Mataji. I do it on a priority. And
Yeah,
never compromise on that. I may compromise in any other thing, but not on my
this I've just
chat.
observed, Mata, because when we are traveling, shifts concerned, sometimes
Yeah, yeah.
we sleep in morning. This is I've observed it. Okay, okay, this thing it works like anything.
Yes,
Because
Mataji. It works like it's a whole day medicine. I can think that it
yeah,
gives you a complete boosting immunity throughout the day. So serving Krishna is so merciful and so what do you say? I just can't express it in words, but it is all. Um, you will not be tired even at the end of the day. Also, once you're serving Krishna, that's what I can say. That is not the same with a materialistic manifestation.
yes, Mata.
Yeah. And Kartik Yatra, we come across generally most of the time, all the communities across the ISKCON, they take up this Kartik Yatra to different places, and all devotee association. It is such a wonderful thing to relish upon, and similarly, our what do you say, Janmashtami celebrations. And
Yeah,
so one should do whatever is done with a great care and devotion for the deity. And once we have taken up the service to Krishna, he will see that everything has been done perfectly, Mataji. He will, what do you say, create a group of people who will help you out on doing that.
yeah.
And
Good
one
that we are
should,
in
yes,
good that
Mataji.
we're in the right platform, because prior to this years, we are not aware, right, Mataji? We always entangled to interact with materialistic people, spend time under, especially people working. We always connect with the people surrounding. But when we enter into the spiritual platform, we connect with devotees, associating with them, things will drastically change, Mataji, as you just mentioned.
Yeah, Mataji, 8 hours for service, any other service is allowed, Mataji, actually. So we cannot say that services, that is also doing one sort of a service to the all the souls which are in need. So that is also a type of a service. The only thing we can uh, do by submitting the results onto the Lord. In that way, we are not taking any sort of a attachment to that particular work, Mataji. I feel so.
Yeah, Mataji, true.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, association with the devotee is more advanced because we learn seeing each other. If somebody is not able to pick up, other will help them and all. If you are coming in associate with the senior devotees, they will help you out how best we can do and all those things. So chanting the holy name of the Lord, yes, it will dispel all the negativity around us and help us to progress further in the bhakti. So if one is fortunate enough, they will live in a good places like Dwarka, Mathura, Vrindavan and all those things. Yeah, now the total regulatory principles come to an aggregate of 64 items. The first 10 are the primary regulatory principles. Next is secondary, next are the secondary 10 regulatory principles, and added to these are the 44 other activities. So all the 64 items are for discharging the regulatory practice of the devotion service. Out of the 64, again, 5, namely worshipping the deity, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, association among the devotees, Sankirtana movement, and living in Mathura. These are very, very, very important. Okay. The 64 items of devotion service should include all of our activities of the mind, body, and the speech, as stated in the beginning. This engage all our senses employed in the service of the Lord. Okay. So now Srila Rupa Goswami will give evidence from different scriptures supporting the authenticity of many of these points. So let's see next. Hare Krishna. Shall we read 7th chapter tomorrow or shall we do it today a little bit? It's big place, big one only. Hare Krishna.
Tomorrow we'll read, Mataji.
Yeah. Hare
We
Krishna.
will conclude. I mean, tomorrow we'll begin this chapter.
Yes. The Nodi nectar of devotion is really nectarian. We relish when we are reading this, and each and everything reminds us like how blessed we are that we are engaged in the service of the Lord.
Yeah, I'm reading. This is start from. I okay. Level 3, where we done Bhakti Vriksha and there. So, nice Mataji also, she was detailed in, done in the level 3 also. But after immediately here reading, I'm saying, wow,